Welcome, hello, I'm Cookie from Joshua Stone's macrame art. I'm going to show you how to wrap the crystal like this. I saw a post on Macrame Collective asking for this, so here goes. I just taught myself how to do it today. It's quite cool. I'm pretty sure it's called the Spanish wrap. You can also find detailed instructions on free macrame designs, the written instructions, but here's a tutorial on how to do it by video. It will look something like this. Well, here I have crystal, and I'm going to start with about 10 strands that are 1.5 meters long, and one we put as the holding cord and attach the rest using a lark's head knot, like so. Basically that's going to form the wrap around the stone, so you just need to keep connecting the strings on with the lark's head knot until it's long enough to go completely around your crystal. So I think it's going to be about 10 or 12 strings, so I'll just go and connect all of them on now. So I can already see that 10 strings is not going to be enough. I need to cut some more. It's not going to be long enough to go all the way around. So I think I need about maybe another 8 more. And the reason I'm cutting the strings so long is this will become the rest of your necklace at the end of the wrap. So it doesn't have to be 1.5 meters long, but I just want it long enough so I can create a design in the necklace. So I think it's long enough now. It's pretty basic so far, quite typical way to start a lot of macrame pieces. We just have one string coming in the middle. It's kind of like the holding cord, and the rest of the cords are connected to that and that will be the working cords, and they're pretty long because I want enough to be able to make the rest of my necklace. Now I think it's long enough. A great thing is this stone has a small piece on it which is going to help hold it in place. So I'm going to use the natural lay of the stone to begin the piece. So the first step is to just lock it onto the stone, wrap it around like so, and then just tie it in a knot. It's kind of hard to see because I have a terrible camera, but I think you can understand. So we're just locking it off in a single square knot. Okay, then once I'm happy with the position, I will tighten the knot really a lot. doing another knot, a double knot, so it's really tight. And that's the beginning of our Spanish wrap on the crystal. Now from here it's really quite simple. You use the same macrame technique in creating any other type of candevali or any of the other types, and you take one holding cord and then you continue doing the double half hitch until you build the bulk of the pattern. So I'm just going to take one cord, I'm going to use the ones I tied off as my holding cord, and I'm going to continue around taking the next cord as the moving cord, the working cord, until the wrap begins to form around the stone. I'm just going to tighten it one last time just to make sure. I'm just going to use a small piece of tissue to protect the stone and hold it in my clipboard. This helps so you can work cords just like normal. So here I take my working cord, and this is the next cord along the wrap, and I just do a double half hitch in the direction that I want to go, and then take the next cord like that. And the first row doesn't always need to be so perfect, and I just learned this technique myself today for the first time, so there's possibly other tricks to get it working better. Now I can just turn the stone a little bit, which helps to keep continuing on the line. It helps to pull them really nice and tight, because it's gonna be holding the stone. It works with a smooth stone. This stone was completely smooth, it had no natural marks to hold it in place, and as you wrap it, you must make sure it's very tight with each knot, which is what's holding it in place really tight. It's lucky this piece has a natural part that can help hold it in. So you can see it's beginning to form the first line of the wrap, and I'm just going to continue it all the way around and keep going until it's covered, until it becomes looking like that. So it's the first row done. First row, one more. And that's basically it. First row, and that's the holding cord, and it's just going to continue being the holding cord the entire time, and working your way around until the rest of the crystal is wrapped. Now this one is a double-ended crystal, and the natural shape of the crystal begins to taper down. The way, if I kept going with the same amount of strings, the same amount of working cords, it was going to be a little bit loose at the end. What I did here was I just took a couple of strings out every time I went down. So here, when the end gets very small, I will just miss some strings so that it stays really tight all the way to the end. So you just leave a couple of strings out and then begin working on the next string, and that way it brings it nice and tight. So if this one began with around about 16 strings in the beginning, here where it began to taper down, it became 8 strings, and then 6, and then it stayed at 6 until it came nice and tight at the end. And then I began to do the necklace however you like, just taking the cords that are left and turning it into however you desire. Okay, and that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, post on the link, and be sure to look at my page, Joshua Stone's Macrame Art, on Facebook, and click like if you like it. Thank you for watching, and I hope that's a good enough tutorial, and you can wrap any object like that. Thank you.